Good morning, everyone. If you're wondering what this is, well, this was a proud moment for our country when Neeraj Chopra scored a gold in Olympics 2022. And this is Sukhvinder Singh, and he recently happily returned from serving in the army on the border for 3 years. She is Aarti, and unfortunately, she lost her job today and could not afford to buy food for the both of them. So, by using her last of savings, she bought food and fed her child instead. But she is still happy. So, these moments are priceless, aren't they? But what does priceless even mean? It means that no amount of the world's wealth can buy these precious moments of joy. So indeed, we can say that happiness is independent of money. But is it? I am sure none of us have felt hunger this way. Most of us live in comfortable, luxurious houses. But imagine living in one of these, where people barely have place to work and sit and move around. Indeed, most of us have really worked hard for the houses we live in. Some of you may know him. He is Vijay Mallya, once a business tycoon, now a fugitive, was prescribed antidepressants in 2018. I would now like to share a personal story. Once I was at a friend's place and I was listening to the conversation that the adults around were having. They were talking about what they would choose between happiness and money. Each adult present there shared that they would always, no matter what, choose happiness over money. But post that discussion, I noticed that all they were talking about was the new car they bought and the new flooring they got done and a loss of business deal. In fact, I have personally seen them staying at work all day long, coming home late at night, and some of my friends have even complained to me about how their parents often come home frustrated and agitated from the office. So, are they really choosing happiness over money? Observing this really makes me wonder what the relationship is between happiness and money. Some have money, still aren't happy. Some don't have money, still happiness touched their feet. There are a couple of funny lines I read last night, which I would like to share. The first one says, "A large-sized double cheese margarita pizza can make you overweight and lazy. You know what else can do that? Inherited money." The second one says, 5 cups of coffee makes you jittery and sleepless. Do you know what else has the power to do that? Buying an iPhone 15 Pro Max on a midnight sale with just your third salary. You know, 6 months ago, when I was still in quest 2 of Plato's, I and 5 of my other tiger friends, hey tigers, we authored the anti-screen time activity book as a social campaign. Together, we managed to earn a grand total of 22,000 rupees of profit. I was exhilarated that I could do this at a very young age. But you know what? I was even happier when we recently donated that money to Antkanya Group. More than happy, I can say, I felt so proud of myself that I could generate money and share it. Perhaps this is the joy our parents feel despite their hardships to earn and provide for us. My friend's father, whom I was talking about earlier, who came home frustrated and agitated from the office, maybe, just maybe, somewhere deep down in his heart, he is still at peace. That money, even at the cost of frustration, still allows him to pay for my friend's new music classes. So, I think how we use or value money defines our happiness, which is related to it. Like how some people become criminals and how they use money, and some people become saints. A little carelessness and you lose opportunities to earn or even sustain money. And a little selfless sharing and lasting joy of smiles you spread. Money indeed is a very powerful tool which must be respected at all costs. In fact, countries wage wars due to this dynamics of money and power. Did you know that 1% of the total world's population holds 50% of the world's money? Just imagine how much power these 1% individuals have over us. Are they allowed to have this much power? What has allowed this imbalance to occur in the world? I'm sure most of us know what happiness index, right? But do you know where India stands? There it is, at the 136th number. Come on guys, we can do better than that. Even Pakistan beat us. But wait, do you notice a pattern here? All these countries on the top are all developed countries. This clearly shows how our well-being depends on how we use money, be it for an individual or a country, or maybe even the whole world. Now, of course, it is evident that beyond a certain point, which is often referred to as the hedonic treadmill, money completely fails to provide lasting happiness. So, what do you think? What role does money play in your happiness and contentment? Are you that father, or that negligent employee, that criminal, or the saint? Think about it. And what do you think is right? I feel it's not about rejecting any one of them. Instead, it's about developing a balanced perspective where you have financial stability and freedom, but also enjoy the priceless moments of life that money certainly can never buy. Thank you.